Republican Senator from South Carolina Tim Scott is probing the possibility of a presidential run. He says he has launched what's called an exploratory committee for a presidential bid. And tonight we're diving into how that's different than just saying, I'm running for president. So this is also known as testing the waters. And the bottom line here is it allows for fundraising and polling without an official declaration of candidacy. So you don't have to register or report to the Federal Election Commission about all of your activities. That, however, does change if you ultimately decide that you will be a presidential candidate. Then you will be subject to federal contribution limits and all the reporting requirements that a candidate would have to submit to. And there are a few reasons that you might choose to do this testing of the waters, if you will. First, it's a PR move. You get folks talking about you before you even enter the field. Second, you have a fundraising lead time. So this is actually beneficial, not just to actually have the money that you would need to travel and campaign and pay for staff, but also it would show that you're able to draw in a large number of funds. So now you might be asking, when are you no longer exploratory? Well, once you actually start calling yourself a candidate, so you start referring to yourself as a candidate. The number two here would be if you are starting to use general public political advertising to campaign. And the third one, and this is a little bit tricky, but is when you start to raise more money than you would really reasonably need to test the waters and explore. I say it's tricky because the FEC doesn't actually specify that limit. Of course, if Scott does eventually decide to declare his candidacy, he will face former President Donald Trump and former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley for the Republican nomination, among others.